Greetings and God bless to you all. Welcome to Hips, Abs, and Glutes workout. You'll need a mini band and you'll also need two medium-sized weights, about 8 pounds, and one heavy dumbbell. Grab that and let's get started with the warm-up. So even though we're going to be mainly working our lower body, we're still warming up with arm circles because are going to be times where we will be supporting ourselves with our arms and our elbows. So that's what these arm circles are for. These next few hip opener warm-ups require some balance, so if you need to get a chair or get near a wall to do this, go right ahead. As we move to toe touches, I want you to keep in mind that your knees will want to be slightly bent and you're going to keep a nice flat back. Now, if you can't reach your toes, go as far as you can, even if that's just your knees. If you try to reach a little further, your back will begin to round, and that's not what you want. As we move into goblet squats, I want you to keep in mind that your toes and knees want to face the same direction. Now, some people squat with their toes facing forward. Mine are turned out because I want to get more into the glutes, and that's fine as long as your knees and your toes are always in the same direction and you avoid falling forward with your upper body. So you want to imagine sliding down a wall here. Just a few more hip circles here, and then we're ready to grab that mini band and hit the floor. All right, if you have a mini band, go ahead and grab it. If not, grab a light weight and put it outside of your thigh. The mini band should be just above your knees, and you want to be on your side with your knees at a 45-degree angle. We're going into clamshells. Each time we lift the knee, you want to squeeze the glutes and push the hips forward just slightly. All right, heading over to the other side. We're going to be doing each move for about 30 seconds with 15-second transition time. These are glute activation exercises or hip activation exercises. So we're only going to do one round of these. For the rest of the workout, we will do 2 rounds of everything at the same pace. 30-second work, 15-second transition time. As we move into fire hydrants, make sure your knees are right under your hips and your hands are right under your shoulders. As you lift that leg up to the side, again, squeeze that glute and keep your back nice and stable. There's no need to round or arch here. This is glute work. All right, take off that band and we're going into lateral leg lifts. Now you can do this lying on your side, but I like to do this high up on my knees because this way my legs have a longer way to work and I can get deeper into the hip muscle. Take a 30-second rest here and grab that kettlebell or a heavy weight for your squats coming up. All right, grab that weight and you want to support that weight by having your elbows right underneath it. Get your feet about hip distance apart and remember to keep the body weight in your heels, not your toes. so that we can protect your knees. Now we're going down to the mat for glute bridges. You can keep the kettlebell or you can do it without a kettlebell. But remember, when you're going to lift your hips for glute bridges, squeeze those glutes and slightly round your back before you lift up. This is not about seeing how high up you can get your hips toward the ceiling. No, the higher you go, the more your back is going to want to get involved. So slightly round the back and lift up. Okay, so you can put that weight to the side as we set up for donkey kicks. You're going to be on your hands and knees, knees right under hips, hands right under your shoulders. And again, squeeze that glute as you lift the leg into the air. Keep your back nice and flat. I want you to imagine you have a cup of hot tea on your back. So no rounding, no arching.
If you look around, the whole world's coming together now. Babe, feel it in the air. The wind is taking everywhere. Yeah. Can you feel it? 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 All the children of the world should be loving each other wholeheartedly. Yes, it's alright. Say my message to your brother and tell him twice. Take the news to the marching men who are killing their brothers when death won't do.
All right, so we're going to repeat all three of those before we move on. The goblet squats, the glute bridges, and the donkey kicks. 30 seconds each. Let's go. Remember your form on your glute bridges here. Slightly round, squeeze, and lift. This is your last round of donkey kicks here, one set each side, and then we move on to abdominals. Remember your form here, flat back and squeeze the glute. 30-second rest here, and then get ready to work your abdominals. All right, let's get that elbow right under your shoulder. It's time to work our obliques, or the muscles of the waistline. We're going to lift our hips up, and then we're going to come down and lift our legs. So we're working both sides, both oblique muscles. Okay, if your elbow is not right under your shoulder, it's going to be pretty hard to take off. So make sure your elbow is aligned with your shoulder. Same thing on the other side. Let's go. Okay, grab those weights. We're moving into a plank row leg lift combination. So you want to get those weights right under your shoulders, and we're going to row one arm at a time and then lift one leg at a time. If it's too much, you can decide to just do the weights or just do the legs. Whatever you choose, make sure your abdominals are in nice and strong so you're not putting any undue pressure on your low back. As you do this move, try not to let your hips rock from one side to the other. It's quite a challenge. You can see me struggling a bit here too, but you want to give it your best to stay facing the floor. Okay, in continuing with abdominal work, we're going on to our back, and we're going into what is called a dead bug. What we're going to do is lay on our back and reach the opposite arm, opposite leg away. So if you're extending your left leg, you're going to reach the right arm away, keeping that low back in contact with the mat at all times. If you find your back arching, then just bend your knees instead of doing it with a straight leg. Okay, so we're going to repeat all three of those from the beginning. And let's go to the other side. All right, last set of abdominal work right here. Excellent. Let's break. The final segment of our workout is cardio, standing cardio and on the ground. So I'm going to be marching in place. I'm not going to run, but if you'd like to sprint in place, you go ahead. And then we're going to do the same thing on the mat, which is going to be a mountain climber. Okay, going into mountain climbers. Again, you can run it or you can march it. Either way, keep your abs in and hands right under your shoulders. 30 seconds here, do your best. And then we repeat. From the top, marches and then mountain climbers, 30 seconds each. Last cardio burst here. We're going to go from a low impact jumping jack to plank jacks. Again, you don't have to jack when you're in the plank position. You can just tap one leg at a time, just like I'm doing standing. Give it your all. This is it. plank jacks or plank taps. Go. Congratulations, you've done the work, and now it is time to reward your body with a stretch. Please do not skip this part. It is so important that you complement the work by stretching the body. You don't want to do all this work and then leave tight muscles there. It affects your posture, it affects how you feel. So definitely take this time to stretch your body. Keep your eyes on the screen so you'll know when I'm transitioning. As you see, I'm pointing to my heel here. That's just to encourage you to keep your heel nice and flat on the mat. Just doing a hip opener stretch here. Do your best to press your elbows against your knees. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed the workout, please click subscribe, tell a friend, definitely hydrate, and give your muscles some protein. God bless.